Vikram and Betal, Episode 1, Brahmin and the King's Justice. In the heart of a dark and eerie forest, King Vikramaditya walked determinedly, a lone torch lighting his path. On his back, draped like a shawl, was the body of Betal, a ghoul with a mind full of riddles. Betal, bound by a curse, could not rest until someone solved his tricky puzzles. As King Vikram trudged forward with the corpse, Betal spoke, his raspy voice cutting through the silence of the night. "Since you insist on carrying me, O King, let me tell you a story. But beware. If you utter a word before solving the riddle, I shall fly back to my tree." Vikram said nothing. Betal continued, "Once upon a time, in the city of Varanasi, lived a wise Brahmin named Raghunath. He was a well-respected man in the city, known for his knowledge and fairness. Raghunath had a beautiful daughter, Shobha, who was the talk of the town. Suitors came from near and far to seek her hand in marriage. But her father wanted only the wisest and kindest man for her. One day, two men, Devduta and Ramesh, came to Raghunath, both claiming to be the perfect husband for Shobha. Devduta was a merchant, wealthy and influential, while Ramesh was a scholar, learned and humble. Both of them loved Shobha dearly, and she found it impossible to choose between them. Raghunath, troubled by this dilemma, sought the advice of King Chandragupta, a ruler known for his wisdom. The king listened patiently and, after a moment of thought, suggested a trial. Let both men face a test. Whoever demonstrates greater wisdom and care for Shobha shall win her hand. Raghunath agreed, and the next day, he presented the two men with a challenge. Each was given 1 year to prove his worth. Devduta set out on a journey to expand his wealth, thinking that riches would surely win Shobha's heart. Ramesh, on the other hand, stayed back and devoted himself to understanding Shobha's desires and needs, spending time with her family and ensuring her happiness. A year later, Devduta returned, his wealth multiplied tenfold. He boasted of his success, showing off gold, jewels, and expensive gifts. Ramesh, however, returned with nothing material but spoke of how he had gained Shobha's trust, understood her dreams, and could make her truly happy. "Now, O King," Betal said, "here is my question. Who should Raghunath choose for his daughter? The wealthy Devduta, who could provide a life of luxury, or Ramesh, who cared deeply for Shobha's well-being? Remember, speak carefully or I shall fly back to my tree." Vikram, walking silently through the forest, pondered the story. He thought about the wisdom of the king and the love of the suitors. Finally, he spoke. "Betal, though wealth can provide comfort, it is fleeting and often leads to greed and pride. Ramesh, on the other hand, has shown teeth. Who should Raghunath choose for his daughter? The wealthy Devduta, who could provide a life of luxury, or Ramesh, who cared deeply for Shobha's well-being? Remember, speak carefully or I shall fly back to my tree." Vikram, walking silently through the forest, pondered the story. He thought about the wisdom of the king and the love of the suitors. Finally, he spoke. "Betal, though wealth can provide comfort, it is fleeting and often leads to greed and pride. Ramesh, on the other hand, has shown true love and dedication by understanding Shobha's heart. In a marriage, mutual respect and care are more important than riches. Therefore, Raghunath should choose Ramesh for his daughter." Betal chuckled. "You are right, Vikram, as always. But remember, you broke your silence." With a swift whoosh, Betal slipped off Vikram's back and flew back to the ancient tree where he had been hanging before. Vikram sighed, knowing he would have to start all over again. But determined as ever, he turned back towards the tree, ready for the next riddle. And so, the first story ends, setting the stage for many more riddles and challenges that Vikram would have to face in his quest to capture Betal.